Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. There's a lot of background noise right now. The dishwasher and the washer are on. It has been a long time since I've posted a video, like 2 to 3 years probably. And now my life looks a lot different. I am married, I am moved out, I am teaching full-time. And so I wanted to start filming some of my day-to-day life, lesson plans, like a day in the life of a teacher, a day in the life after school. I am a Disney pass holder now, so like Disney trips, all the fun stuff. So today I am lesson planning. It's a Sunday, and I just want to show y'all what lesson planning looks like for me, like what materials I have to lesson plan and the programs that I use to lesson plan, things like that. Number one, you have to set the scene. You need to be in a cozy spot. I like to light a candle. I always have to have multiple drinks going. So I have my Starbucks from this morning. I have my water. And I'm just going to show y'all like what materials I have out when I'm lesson planning. Number one, I always keep my objectives out when I'm lesson planning so that I know what objectives I still need to hit and how I can hit them in the lessons that I'm trying to teach that week. So these are the 8th grade language arts standards for the diocese that I teach in. I teach at a Catholic school. So instead of a district, I teach as part of a diocese. I always keep my teaching manuals out. This is how I plan my lessons. So unless I'm using a lesson that I'm creating on my own or a lesson that I'm getting from like Teacher Pay Teacher, it's coming straight from the book. This is my first year teaching this grade level, this subject area. So I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. So we use Voyages. So I just have my Voyages book open to where we are in our lessons right now. We are going to be doing subordinating conjunctions tomorrow on Monday. And so that's what I need to open to. My students just finished writing their research papers. So we are kind of wrapping up that unit. They submitted video presentations to me. So I'll watch those and grade their papers. So I need to start a new writing unit. I teach 45-minute classes, 3 45-minute English classes in the morning, and then 3 45-minute literature classes in the afternoon. So I'm all English in the morning. And obviously I don't want to stand up there and teach a 45-minute long grammar lesson. They would probably die of boredom. And so I try to make it as engaging as possible. So I need to, for this week, plan how I'm going to do my mini lessons for grammar to start class, how they're going to do individual or partner work to do the practice, and then what writing activity I can have them do this week so that it's not just full grammar classes, even though we just wrapped up a major writing unit. So that's what we're going to do. And literature, we're in nonfiction right now. They're doing literature circles. And then we're doing short stories in class. So I just need to choose some short stories for us to do this week. They wrap up their literature circles this week, and then we're moving into dystopian fiction, which I've been waiting all year for. I'm doing a whole dystopian unit, so I'm very excited. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you the program that I use to do my planning.
Okay, so I can't really screen record for whatever reason. I can't figure it out, so I'm just going to show y'all. This is what I use to do my lesson plan book. It's like $20 a year. It is so helpful because it's all in one place. So basically, for English, when I'm planning Monday's English class, I'll click here. I will type the title of the lesson or the unit that I'm doing, whatever it's going to be, to let me know this is what I'm teaching. Then I can go through. I can type the lesson. Then I can click over, type the homework for that lesson, any notes that I need to do, like play this video or have students get this worksheet. Then I can do my standards. So these are my objectives. And all those objectives that I just showed you are already linked to plan books. So I can literally just go and I can click here exactly what it is that I'm teaching. And then any attachments, so worksheets, video links, anything like that, I can attach here and it'll all show up here. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on my lesson for the week. I'll talk y'all through it, and then I'll show y'all what this looks like when I'm done.
Starting off with grammar. I always have a little grammar lesson pulled up. So, here we go. English lesson. Subordinating conjunctions, so that's what I'm going to title this day. Subordinate conjunctions. Bam. That's good. Okay. So, what are we doing first? Teacher will have students take out their binders with ready to take notes and do grammar practice. They should have a lined piece of paper and writing utensil of their choice. When students are taking notes, I don't care if they're writing in colored pen or pencil, it doesn't matter to me. It's their notes. Okay. So that's the first thing. Now we're going to look at the actual unit. So what I will probably do is teacher will put notes up on the board. So this is what I normally do. I'll go through the lesson. I'll type up like key points, key details that they need to know. So I'll put the notes up on the board. Students will copy notes on lined paper in grammar binder tab. Third thing, they're going to take those notes and then teacher will have students review the list of common, that's what we're going to call them, common subordinate conjunctions on page 172. Or, this is how detailed I go. I have found that when I have lessons that I'm just like, we're going to do this today, it becomes chaos. When I go step by step, detailed, like this is what is going to happen, then like the day just goes so much smoother. There's less room for chaos to happen. Okay, so they're going to look over this list. There's a lot of different examples of subordinate conjunctions. They're all right here. So they're going to do that. Now there's a few exercises in the book. It says, identify the subordinate conjunction in each sentence, then identify the dependent clause and the independent clause. So let's see how they have them do this. Okay, I'm going to have students. I might need to type this out to the worksheet. See, this is kind of where I figure out what's the easiest way this could be done. What they're showing in the book, they have full sentences, 10 of them. They want the students to identify the subordinate conjunction and then the independent and dependent clauses. In order for that to happen on a lined sheet of paper, the students would have to copy down the entire sentence and then do the work, and that just takes up more time than I would like it to in a mini lesson. So in order to consolidate this and shorten the time that it would take, what I would do is type up the sentences for them and have them do it on a worksheet, which looks like that's what I'm going to do. So troubleshooting. Teacher will pass out exercise 1 worksheet to students. Students must follow directions and using 3 different colors. We're going to make this really detailed. Using 3 different colors, identify the subordinate conjunction independent clause, and dependent clause. So then I can pop over, I showed you how it says lesson, homework, notes, standards, attachments. I'll pop over to notes and I will say teacher needs to create activity or exercise 1 handout. That's just for me to look at. I know that I need to do that. That looks like all I'm gonna have them do for this. Now, once they do that, they will turn in that handout to me. And then I'm gonna go on here and I'm gonna see on No Red Ink, which we just, with our school, we just purchased the premium version, so we can literally access all the objectives that they have to offer, like everything No Red Ink has to offer. No Red Ink is an awesome program if you teach language arts, grammar, writing. It's amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to browse and assign on No Red Ink. No Red Ink, I can literally look up any skills, writing genres, standards, and it has assignments for the students to work through on their iPads. So I'm gonna go to skill building and I can literally look up subordinate conjunctions. I'm gonna assign 2 things, sentences and fragments with subordinating conjunctions. I'll assign that as practice. The total points for the assignment will say, we'll do 10. Okay, and it tells me that the estimated minutes for this assignment for the students is 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna call this subordinate conjunction practice. Assign. Okay, I see the practice subordinate conjunction practice has been created. So then we'll do that. So now what I've got lined up for tomorrow so far is a mini lesson on subordinate conjunctions, a handout practice with one of the exercises from the books. So I know that's on level for them, what they should know based on what I taught. And then they'll go in and do further practice on No Red Ink that should take them 5 to 10 minutes. We're looking at 25 minutes probably for grammar tomorrow. And that's done on No Red Ink. Once students complete the handout, they will turn it into the bin and transition into subordinate conjunction No Red Ink assignment. Period. Done. So now what I need to do is figure out a writing assignment for them to do. It could be a reflection, a journal entry, and I just need to take some time to figure that out for now. But I'll show you what we're looking at so far, and let me go ahead and look at our standards. So when I show you, it has all these categories.
So it says my lesson's been updated. So I'm looking at the screen right now. So for Monday, February 3rd, I have like what I have typed up for the lesson so far. So the lesson comes first, and then notes for me. And then it has the standards on there too. So when I add, like if there's a homework assignment, it'll go on here. But yeah, that's pretty simple.
Something new that I'm starting this week to implement into our lessons is vocab. Vocab is not on my objectives for 8th grade, but it's something that I have found on the first half of the year that my students really struggle with. So my mentor teacher at the school that I teach at was showing me kind of how she implements vocabulary into her lesson plans, and she uses vocabulary.com. She assigns a list at the start of the week, and then she does lists for like a 2-week period. So by the first Friday, the end of the first week that they've received the list, they have to go on vocabulary.com and have mastered at least 50% of the words on the list. And then by the next Friday, 100% of the words, and they take a quiz on that day. So they get a homework grade for having their mastery done when they should, and then there's a quiz grade. So that'll help get some grades in the book for homework, as well as help them be prepared for their quizzes and actually learning those words, which is the goal. Not to give them bad grades, but to get them to a higher understanding of vocabulary, which will also then enhance their reading comprehension. So I'm starting that this week, and since I don't have a select list of words that they need to learn, I'm doing commonly confused words. So this first week, and they have these already created on vocab.com. So this is an 8th grade level list of commonly confused words. And I can literally go on vocab.com, and for each student, I can click through, I can see their mastery, I can see their completion. The words on this list are like immigrate, envelope, aggravate, irritate, afflict, inflict, economic, migrate, economical. It's like words that get confused with one another. So they're learning those and they'll understand the difference, which is the goal. So I can see that. That's going to be very helpful. And then I can literally use vocab.com to create a quiz. I need to go ahead and add that into my lesson plans. And that I'm going to do in literature. So I'm going to click down out of English now into literature on Planbook. Okay. So my phone obviously died. I don't know where it stopped at when I was recording. But basically I found the literature resource that I want to use for the week. I'm going to do an excerpt from the Diary of Anne Frank. And I went ahead and saved it from Carnegie Learning's website. So we use Mirrors and Windows. So I can go on Carnegie and I have the whole content library. So I can pull any short stories, any resources from the textbook online and save them. So tomorrow when I get to work, I'm going to print a copy of the short story for each student. They can't access it on their iPads, but for me, like, I like them to have a physical copy. I want them annotating while we're reading. I do not want them distracted on their iPads. So I was able to download the attachment, and the great thing about Planbook is that I could actually save that attachment, and I added it down here. So that's really the nice thing about Planbook, is that I keep this up on my desktop the entire day. My Planbook is open and I can access anything that I need. So I'm not like frantically trying to find things. It's just all right here. If a student needs to make up a test and I don't have a copy, I can go right to my Planbook on the day they missed, print a copy. It's just like all right there. It's amazing. So literature, we're starting with the vocabulary.com. I'm going to explain to them about how this process is going to work. The 50% mastery by the first Friday, and then 100% mastery by the second Friday, and they take the quiz. So their first vocab list they're going to receive tomorrow. They're going to have a homework assignment to like use the words in sentences or things like that. And then, yeah, having that 50% mastered by the first Friday is a homework grade. Having it 100% mastered by the second Friday is another homework grade, and then that quiz grade. So it also really is adding a lot to their grade book and also helping them to master these words. And then I have the Diary of Anne Frank. So now I need to go back into this literature lesson. And I'm actually just going to write down students will receive copy of from the Diary of Anne Frank. Done. I have all my attachments now, like everything that I need for these lessons are on here. I have my standards. I have any notes to myself and any attachments that I need to get printed. It's like going through a lot of different materials and just different things like that. Different materials, different websites and resources to come up with the lesson, but then once it's done, it's all right there, and it just makes the week a lot easier. I am required to submit lesson plans at my school. I know some are not, but I find it's helpful to me because if I don't do them, it's a chaotic week. So I like to have them done anyways, and it just holds me accountable. So that is my first video back. Lesson planning. Not enjoyable for everybody. I like it though. I like the little, resource. I like having all my things together. That's that. And I'm excited to start making more videos again. Just life, teaching, living on my own, being married, all the things. It's fun. Life is good. And I'm excited to be back on YouTube. So with that being said, that's all. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.